our live video Yes, hello. Hi, Nelsie. Good evening, everybody. Uh, Hello once again. For tonight, please do pardon me. I have to do it all the way in English because um, some of my colleagues wants to see this after. Uh, most of them are English speaking Japanese, and some other are from United States. So shall we start now, Nelsie? Okay. All right. This is a perfect match. If you have gone and watched the previous webinar before my schedule, I was also watching about the cost management for construction project. That's a good and good education, and that's also good um, good practice to know how to utilize AutoCAD in such aspect. And for this one, since our title is gonna be a BIM as construction verification tool, it has also something to do with the cost control management actually, because the main thing about the construction, there's once a general contractor got the project for a certain amount, the first thing and the first reason why the general contractor got the project is because they have the best price. The best price means that could mean maybe they are the lowest bidder. So the estimates and the costing for the project are really very tight. So construction verification is a well well-known practice to, I think, ever since from the way the construction start. Actually, yesterday I was trying to figure out in if I can find out if there's a history about construction verification. So I think as long as there is a budget, there will be no problem. The problem is I was watching a documentary about the construction of a Great Wall of China yesterday, and it took them about 400 years to finish the almost 21 kilometers or more than 21 kilometers Great Wall of China. But I think if they have good and proper monitoring, I think they can shorten the 400 years into maybe 100 years only, because we have some advancement right now from the year it was the Great Wall of China was constructed. It's totally a bit of a manual thing. They don't have computer. They don't have AutoCAD. They don't have the least that they have is to they can draw it on the paper. But basically, they don't have BIM as a construction verification tool. And that is our title for today. And let's head on. By the way, this is my introduction. For the last 2 days of my training session, I already introduced myself. You just have to bid on this one by one. So that's maybe I can just skip this one. Then let's go straight to the to the workflow, to which we can see the Autodesk Navisworks Manage and the BIM 360 application together with some other softwares and hardwares. First thing, um, the workflow shows there is a as-built requirement. Usually in Philippines, it is being required by municipality for before you can apply for occupancy permit. And in some other countries, I'm not sure what's the exact equivalent for this approach, but they also ask for an as-built eh, for the same thing. Before you can use the building, you must have an approval of document so that the municipality is fully aware what has been constructed, if it is based on the building plans or not. So that's the purpose of that. That's the reason why they have this as-built as-built requirements. Now going to the starting point, there's a schedule inspection dates based on the WBS work balance schedule that is being prepared by project schedulers and being managed by project managers. So later part of my presentation and training, I will show an example of WBS of actual project, and with that we will see how many activities are there and how many inspection dates that is included to the schedule project schedule. So you for the second item here, this is a laser scanner together with total station, and this is just newly released by Tafcon, to which the company I'm working with right now as a BIM consultant. So they just released this GTL 1000 last year. It was being appreciated mostly United States, and on the later part, hopefully when we get there in Philippines. Oh, by the way, guys, I'm doing this webinar right now. I'm staying here in Tokyo, Japan, and hopefully I'll be there in Philippines coming this August if the pandemic issue is no longer an issue. And then, of course, as I said, this is a total station and a laser scanner all together within uh, one equipment. And then, of course, it comes together with the post-processing software so that all the scan data will be properly exported to a much readable file format um, that can be used using Navisworks Manage. And then the other one that we have here, this is the top Verity. This is the one that is uh, being carried by Navisworks. This is not a standalone software. It always need this Navisworks software. For one thing, because from Navisworks, it can read the BIM, or the 3D model, or the Revit model, and then the scan data can be used to compare together with the proper reporting that you can generate later using BIM 360 field, and then so on and so forth. Now, this is just the general idea of the presentation that we will have for today and the training as well later on. Then, as I said, on the one whole project, per project schedule, there could be about 200 plus minus scheduled inspection dates. Once on each of those inspection dates, this workflow can effectively applied. Cost claim of cost subcontractors and cost control of management can be also properly monitored and evaluated. So we don't want to lose money, bottom line. And how to avoid that? Let's just see the overview. This illustration is just a situational, although it really happens. So one of my previous project had this situation where the earthworks started doing its job on the site, and later on, although in Philippines this is not commonly experienced because I think we have a better arrangement than what we have in Middle East, especially in Qatar. So when the desert is being started to be developed, there are some um, existing utilities that is buried underground. So basically, from the old time, uh, they don't use any 3D modeling. They just bury the pipe and then lay down the utilities. They don't care who owns the property. As long as they finish the job, they will do it right away. I think that's what that is their mindset that time around. So when the next development comes in, so they will still be digging some pipes underneath within your own private property, and that's not good thing to experience because it causes us delay, rework, and uh, of course it also affects the expenses because you have to remove this all before you can continue your earthworks for your foundation works. So current workflow is to spot check 5% to 10% with the total station. That's just being when you step inside on your project site. Basically and visually, you just have to see what is being presented to you by the contractor. For example, if you are working with a consultant company and you were invited to do inspection works for, let's say, structural structural inspection, to which you will be able, you need to see the beams and slabs and the rebars. So basically, you will just see it visually. Then in your hands, you have with you your approved shop drawings. Then you will see if it is coming along with the approved shop drawing. Then that's it. And here we are saying it's just on that kind of traditional practice. It's just 5 to 10% for this one with total station. So most of the mistake lurks in the uncheck 90%. We will prove this later on as we move further. Okay, I want to skip this one because I might sound I'm selling something, but I don't want to do that. Verity, this is the Verity software. Um, Basically, these are the two objects here that is being presented to you as an inspector, together with the scan data you get from your scanner. So basically, there's an as-built, there's as design. As design, this is coming from your Revit model or IFC model, or it depends. It depends to where the model comes in, as long as it can be appended inside Navisworks. So basically, this is the design. This is the as-built location. It's just a replication of the model, but the colors just been changed so that the proper identification can be visually analyzed. So basically, there's a two different situation here. Later on, we will have more detail on this. Okay. Um, this is the Cleveland Clinic Abu Dhabi project. One of my engineer friend provided me some information about it. I never have gone through with this I never got involved with this project actually. It's just about my friend who gave me a first-hand information about this. And we will check its WBS or work breakdown schedule for us to see the construction history. Oh, by the way, this building is, as you can see in the picture, is almost fully functional. As of now, it's I think this is been open way back in 2013 or 2015. I'm not sure. I need to check. So within the WBS, it says that it has 911 days, calendar days. So contract period is from March to March 7, 2010 to 2013. Now let us see how many inspection days were allotted based on the WBS. This is the PDF. I think it's a video. So this is done in P6 Primavera. So to where we can, I think this more than about 300 pages. The I think that's a video. Let me just go back. Sorry for that. Oh, my video is not playing. What I supposed to show here is to do the word search for inspection. So basically, when you do that, you can, let's say, if you want to search on the word inspection itself, you just have to do the Control F in your keyboard, and then let me just try if this will play along. I hope this will play along. Oh, it's not playing. Something's wrong with my slide. Anyhow, from that video, we were able to find out about there is about 700 inspection dates that is allotted from the WBS, just seen within 911 calendar contract days. So what we're saying here, on our left side we have this we have this model, and this is on our right on our right side we have this side picture of the progress. So basically, as of the moment, we're able to know how many inspection days shall I come to consider, and what preparations does the project management team should prepare before that day comes. This WBS is also being used by the BIM managers. It's all for the reason they have to know when is the approved shop drawing has to be provided to the project managers. So they always keep on asking about the BIM managers always keep asking about these things, because they have to be informed long way ahead, because they don't have to they can program their modeling schedule or the shop drawing production schedule. Okay. So the benefits of this approach, especially for Verity software, um, design intent as shown in 3D model is can be fully complied by the chapter, because this software is kind of a stringent for every stakeholders. It's all because when you are comparing laser scan data and the BIM model, that is approved design model from the owner, from the project owner or project representative. Basically, the compliance of the contractor can be strictened in such a manner that you won't there's a you can avoid the loopholes. So and all design aspect will be uh, thoroughly installed. I mean, thoroughly. observed as per the design 3D design model or BIM. Oh, by the way, this picture is from Arena. Yes, Arena Sports Stadium, one of my previous project, and this is the other view of that. So the intent of this image is just to show from your beam model, to which you have slabs and walls here and the curtain walls. It can be thoroughly checked by Verity as per entity if it is installed or not. So the moment you put your scanners at site, then you can verify if it is rightfully installed or if it is being changed at site or some change orders happen at site, then that can be properly documented. And of course, as I said a while ago, project cost and bid cost can be properly monitored and controlled. Track of change orders and violations, of course, is very important, and quality assurance and quality control. So basically, this is the pie chart of the summary report that you can get from the software, to where it can tell you within the number of total inspected items you have out of these numbers coming as considered as out of tolerance, 1,542 items out of this more than 10,000 items inspected. So you have to see what are the situations here one by one as an inspector. Okay. Going back to the workflow, right now we managed to find out how can we use this, and right now we will see the report format. Although this is just for graphic presentation, Verity Report can be actively used in the following: tracking change order, as I said, verifying constructors' time and cost variation claims. This is very rampant to most of the project. The contractor will claim a lot of expenses, a lot of time extension, and if you're not properly documenting that, if there's no proper documentation supporting the claims, I think the project will come as having a loose end. And of course, resolving site issues, snagging stage for MEP before closing the ceiling. This is also very important. Then, okay, more information about the software that we will be doing for the training today is this Verity's companion tool with Navisworks. Right now, it sits inside Navisworks. Without Navisworks, Verity cannot work alone. So most of the Verity users requires Navisworks application knowledge as well. So Verity compares design, fabrication, model to as-built point cloud, verifies the presence or absence of object. This is very important. If your contract or sub, if you're working with a general contractor and your subcontractor tells you, "Sir, architect, we have done about 70% of our job at site." Oh, really? So that's gonna be my reply. Then show me the proof. Then they will submit a lot of documents and some site photos and some sketches. Okay, I will verify this. I will verify your claim. I will send my scanner at site. Then I will use Verity. Then if it is matches with your claim, then your claim is halfway approved. So, okay, automatically flags out of tolerance work, especially for the steel framing. This is very important for them. If the alignment of the beams and girders and the columns is within the designated or design locations. Reduces costly rework. Costly rework. The word itself is a problem already. Costly. Together with the rework, these are the prices that you should avoid with when you handle a project, construction project. It reduces costly rework from as-built variances, communicates findings to all stakeholders because Verity has its own reporting tool to which you can share to all the stakeholders. You can send it through email or you can upload it to you to BIM 360, and everybody will be prompted who needs to take action. It depends on how you set your report using Verity, and adjust the model into place against the point cloud to create true as-built. This is specifically useful for the BIM managers because they have to be updated as well. So if this scan data showing that a bit different from the design data, and the project accept the situation as it is, so the model has to be updated as well. So the BIM manager should also receive a report coming from Verity so that he can flag up the specific report for them to update the model. Okay. Right now, this is our case study to where we will have an inspection of this steel frame. This is in United Kingdom, to where we use the GTL 1000 scanner, the laser scanner together with the total station. There are total of 10,534 items inspected, comparing to manual QA/QC visual inspection process. Finishing the same number of items will take about a month because we're talking about 10,534 items. I just want to emphasize the number because later on we will see how it will benefit you using this verification workflow. As I said here, in Verity, it only took about 4 hours to inspect all of these more than 10,000 items. And then the 4 hours process the inspection. Let us let us examine the initial summary report for this specific case study. So this is the summary report, and this is the processing time. It took us about 4 hours. Then the project name is a steel frame project. Analysis now analysis date and the file name, and then the report date. So it's as we said here, we have this thing, and then we have this total number of more than 10,000. We're saying how many hours you can take to cover this inspection. Definitely, it will take you more than 1 day or more. So with the BIM as a construction verification tool, now we have a way to do it much more substantially together with the report that you can get from Verity. So when you're using Verity and you are a subcontractor, when you say to your project owner or the project manager to sir, ma'am, we're about to finish 95% of our scope, and with the proper construction verification, with the laser scanner and Verity, this is the proof that we complied as per your BIM model. So I think by doing such thing, you don't have to be aggressive by doing that. The way I want to emphasize it, but basically the report will say much more confident details because whenever the owner or the general contractor you're working with comes to know the benefits
BIM
of the
for
approach that you
quantity.
just did, most likely they will be happy to have it to approve your accomplishment. So understanding the Verity Report, this is your scanner location. So when the software told you that the item is occluded, that means the scan data is missing, but there's a 3D design model present at the scan, and the scanner has been blocked by other objects, such as this situation. This part is occluded. The software will read this object as occluded item. So that means maybe from the moment the scanning activity was done, the main purpose to inspect is just this area. And so basically, some other part that that is being part of the design model is also, will be also generating a report. So for this instance, this is occluded, and this one is not found. Let's see the definition for that. The 3D design model is present. Basically, you can see in the Navisworks, but there is no scan data captured. So that means the scan data is showing the as-built situation, uh, as-built of the currently installed items. So from the time the scanner was used on this specific s- uh, a specific spot, the this is small wall is not yet installed. Maybe the schedule of constructing this wall is not coming along with the schedule of the scanning. So basically, it will be reported back to you. It's not found. So basically, you will have time to fully understand what is being reported to you. So out of tolerance, this is something like this pipe there, the pipe was installed here. Look at this curve here. This is the scan data. So basically, when these two things is being analyzed by software, it will report back to you as out of tolerance. It is up to the mechanical engineer if this thing is quite acceptable to them or not, because most likely in the site there's a lot of unseen situation if you're gonna be comparing it to the BIM model or the design model. So basically, there are decision being made at site. So if it is being supported by some approvals of the superintendents or some engineers, we can reconcile it together with the model, and then you can see, as we said a while ago, the software Verity can flag this issue to the BIM manager so that they can properly uh, do the updates of the as-built model. Okay. Examining the Verity. By the way, before I show that next slide, Verity has a built-in, a very simple report format, which is using HTML, and this is how it looks like. So basically, this is supposed to be a video, and it's not running again. But anyhow, this is the item table to which you can see the all the listed items being inspected at a given time. So whenever you click this link, it will show you something like what is being how is it being situated. Then it says it's installed, and it also says it's within the passing tolerance or not review, so on and so forth. These are the different translations from the design and compared to the scan data that you got from your site. Again, this is another file format. This is just a CSV format. It's just the same as what we presented previously. So as we are saying here, the main thing about the reporting of this Verity is it can be uploaded to your BIM 360 account, which this is how it looks like. So basically, within the software Verity, you can publish the issues that you found out during your inspection activity using this Navisworks and the laser scan data. I want to skip on this because these are non-Autodesk products, but it has the same uh, principle on how we disseminate the information to the stakeholders and to those who need to take action with the issues that we have found out in our project set. Now again, this is another workflow because I just included this one. I'm not sure if the one who asked me a question about LN100 is currently present right now. But this is the answer because the question that I got from him, he was asking how to do, let's say we are trying hard to do a clash-free modeling within Revit. So let's just say we're 100% confident that our model is clash-free. So for most of the BIM guys, whether you are modeler, whether you are coordinator, and specifically if you are BIM manager, you will know how heavy was the workflow being how to achieve this clash-free model. So there's a lot of effort within it. When it goes to the site, the question that I got from one of the guy, he's also an architect. I forgot his name. Um, he said that they purchased this LN100. LN100 is some sort of laying the layout. Sorry, let me just uh, put this on. It's a laser guide to which the constructor can properly install or can properly lay out the walls, for this specific one, this is pipe hangers. You have to know where is the specific point that he can put this they can put this pipe hangers using this Autodesk point layout. Then basically it will tell you where is it, how can you locate it outside. So basically all of these 3D models here inside Revit, then you run along with the Autodesk point cloud. That is also an add-ins to Revit. Then you transfer the data using your SD card. Then you put your CSV file here. CSV file is the format that this equipment can read. Then it can tell you specifically, let's say you are doing a wall setting layout. So of course, one by one, you should feed this equipment because you cannot do things one time altogether. So if you're doing a wall setting layout, it will give you the coordinates based on the 3D model. Then for the wall setting layout, it's just very easy because basically you just have to draw the plumb line, and then another more important thing is the establishing the site grid lines. And most I think if not less is the pipe works. The most bloody part of the installation is this one. I call it bloody because one of my previous project, there are some fights within the subcontractors where somebody hit a head with a hammer. So because of hey, you should not. There's a clashing within the installation, so that kind of issue is quite. It really happens, but it will not be go. It will not go outside site work because we will contain it within one company because that will be too bad for any contractor who is having that kind of mitigation process between the two subcontractors. So it's all because of the clash. So as I said, it's kind of bloody because the pipe works is it could be a lot of things. So in order for us to standardize the process, how would you install the clash-free model? How would you use it in your site? We have this top one LN100. The latest one of we have this is the proper way. This could help you out to properly lay out the clash-free model, especially for a much needed one or pipe installation rather. And of course, the last one, establishing floor and wall pipe. Again, this is another pipe works wall pipe stub outs with total station. We need to properly locate this because this is also a cause of some issues at site in between two subcontractors. Then that's just an explanation about the LN100. If you have some question, please let me know later because I have to move forward to the next one, which is the training proper. Let me just switch to my other slide. So 6:30, okay, 8:30. All right, so this is Verity. Navisworks is a prerequisite for Verity, as I said. Then this is the user interface. This project that we have, this is one of the train station here in Japan, to which one of our inquiring customer wants to try this out with their renovation project for this train station. This is the toolbars and this is the sidebars. Of course, these are all within Navisworks. All Navisworks user knows about this. I think I can skip some because this is very basic. I just want to show where you can find Verity inside the Navisworks. Here it is. And there's a one tab allotted for that. Rhythm plus Verity plus Rhythm. That's the title of the tab. When you click that, oh by the way, guys, for those who are tuned in, I'm supposed to give you guys a trial version of Verity. The problem that I have, I'm not sure how many of you um, that who can be able to use Navisworks and Verity as well. Verity installer of Verity is available within our website. Uh, I can also give the authorization code for the trial version. Just please let me know. Let Nelsie know. Just inform her if you need some trial version of this. We are more than willing to provide it to you because as the last time I checked, there are about more than 30 persons who are attending the webinars. So from that instance, from my day one of training, I'm not aware how many of you guys will be really joining us. So since the 30 is a kind of average number, I think that's the kind of number I have to look for. Um, just please let us know how many of you who wants to try this out. This Verity. This is for free. I can give you up to 10 days trial, and also I can also give the the data sets that you can work with, so that you can have a you can see how it will work within your project, or maybe just for your personal knowledge upgrade. At least you will get to know how these things works. So as I said, there are a lot of commands and features available for Navisworks. For now, we will just focus on Verity. By the way, before I move forward, I just want to share. So I'm not sure if I have to, but there's another software here that is called Rithm. This is also our software from Clear Edge, from Topcon, and this is also a good software, by the way. I think I should have another webinar for this, but for now we'll just be focusing on Verity. So this is normal thing, normal exercise, how to open or how to load your needed model. This is just more instructional. Then these are the two file types that we can use. The RCP file. RCP stands for recap project, to where your scan data was being saved. Then of course the Navisworks component, set component. That I think that's just for this one. This is Navisworks files. Just have to open these two together. Then this is how it looks like. Let me just go back. So basically, let me just do one thing. I think the reason why my video is not working is all because of my settings here. Advanced. Okay. So this is how it looks like when you appended the two uh, file types, which is the scan data and the 3D design model. So basically, this is how do we start using Verity. Although our interface right now is still we're still working with Navisworks, we have to do the section box. I know most of you guys. I think you are better than what I came to know about Navisworks. You know how to do the uh, how to do the trail. But basically, here I'm just pointing out these are all the scanner points, scanner location rather. You can always once you are working with the scan data, um, it, you can see a lot of scanner points, scanner locations here. Then, for as part of this training instructional training slide, we're just saying which scanner point that we should start working with. Right now, by the way, before I move forward, this project is a hospital extension. This is a project of uh, Beck in United States. Beck is a architectural and engineering design firm, to which one of our colleague used to be is a vice president of I forgot his position, but he belongs to a higher position, and this is in United States. So the reason why they need to do the assessment of these existing facilities together with the new design for extension of the hospital is so because of the alignment of the old system and the new system. So basically, they have to work together. Then, so once the installation is being done at site, then they use this Verity. Then, from this point of view, we are seeing the scan data is being situated here. This is the as-built position when the design data is being placed here. So there are a lot of things, a lot of entities within this model. But basically, for this specific training session, specific instructional training, we'll just be dealing with a maximum of 7 pipes. So this is what I just said. This is the point of interest that we want to inspect if it is coming along with this scan data. As you can see, basically, this is this two is presenting two locations. So definitely there must be, and we should check this if it is acceptable or not. So basically, the normal for the normal uh, how can I say normal user of the Navisworks, or maybe a beginner. That's the word I was looking for. For a beginner user of Navisworks, you should be able to know how to click things or select things inside the Navisworks. For this instance, we just click this one by one by holding Shift key, Control. Sorry, it's a Control key, and then we just pick 7 pipes here. Then the next thing to do, we will analyze these pipes together with the available scan data. Now, just, this is part of strategy, saving the group set, just like a strategy for us to understand how to group the selected models. Of course, the advanced user, you might be getting bored about this instructional slide because maybe you have a way much better knowledge as I got. But again, as I said, I was trying to share the information to the beginner. For those who just recently came to know Navisworks and who wants to learn Navisworks partly as per this presentation. So you can save the selected 7 pipes. You can click the save selection. Then you can name it as well. For this instance, we'll just name it to 7 pipes. It could be something else actually. If the pipes you are inspecting is belonging to HVAC, you can just put there 7 HVAC pipe. It depends on how would you do your work process. But the purpose of this selection set is for you to, let's say, you do your inspection today, then the next week you have to inspect it again if the correction has been made. Then you can use the same selection set as you said it here. All you just have to do is to load the latest scan data. Then you will see what will be the difference if your issues has been addressed at site, or if it is being uh, corrected by the subcontractor. So okay, so by doing that after saving selection, we already appended the RCP file, to which we have, I think, more than 10 scanner locations. I'm not sure how many, but this is how it looks like. By clicking the selection tree, you will come to see that there's a portion here that you just have to check. Right now, we're just using the compact because if it is something else, you will see some different names here. Then, okay, by doing that, this is what we just selected. We just click the RCP file. Right now, it's being color blue, as it shows it's being selected. Then again, this is just for the purpose of the for the beginner. We just have to save it again, the scan data. Selection set again, then just have to put the name scan data. So we have saved two sets of objects here, 7 pipes and the scan data. So that's the end of the Navisworks introduction. Now let's go for the main thing. Main thing is the Verity training. Now picking up from where we left off, this is again the Verity tab. Once you selected the two selection set we just created, the 7 pipes and the scan data, we must click or select it all together, and then we can now right now we can click add to Verity. Then this is the as you can see, these two items here are selected. Then we just click this add to Verity here. Then this window pops out to where it's asking you want where you want to save it. Of course, you have to browse where you want to save it. If you have a project filing system, you should follow that. But we strongly recommend, since we are dealing with laser scan data or the point clouds, um, these are also a heavy file. The raw data, as long as it's still not exported to RCP, RCP is much lighter. But before that, um, um, if you are dealing with that LAS or that PTX, that PTG, those are the normal file format that is coming out from the registration software coming along with the laser scanner. So those files are huge files because it contains a lot of information. So basically, the most recommended one where you want to save it, you should save it on your local drive. If you can save it on your server, that will cut the speed analyzing the using the scan data to analyze the report. Of course, if it is a new project, you can just click new. Then okay, now this is Verity is asking us project file name, and then of course where you want to save it, as I explained. And this is more an instructional part of the basic training. I just have to move this along because I think still have 1 hour. 1 hour. Okay. Oh, we have time. I can explain this one by one. Of course, as part of the beginners training, we just have to put it on the desktop, then create new folder. Then, of course, click OK. Oh, by the way, I do this kind of thing as all most of my training are being done in a screenshot. Maybe you might be asking why is architect Raldi is not showing the Verity in actual uh, in actual application or in action. Unfortunately, my Verity runs out of valid license as of now. I only came to know only today. Sorry for that, but basically this slide will serve us well because this will ladderize or standardize the understanding how does the software works. Okay, so I forgot one thing. So once we put all the information here, the project name and the file where you want to save it, just click OK. Then the Verity starts to work. This will automatically opens Verity. In order for us to see Navisworks and Verity in one screen, please watch this video. I hope it will work. As it didn't work. Anyhow, this is what I want to show. For the advanced users, we can do the split screen within Windows 10. So all you have to do is just to drag this window on your left, and then the other one. When once you drag this on your left, then release it, then it will ask you which other software you want to see on the other side. You just have to click this Verity. So you have the two software within one screen, equally divided within your screen, because we have to see these two software in action. So once you pick one item here, and it will show some situation here together with the scan data. Okay. Again, this is I always keep on starting how to how does the user interface looks like and how it works. This is how it looks like. So let me just go back here. This is where we are looking at now. This portion here. This for a specific checkbox. Once you check all this one by one, later on you're gonna see how what will happen. Hopefully my video presentation works, but I try my best to explain it. This will make your inspection much faster, because in auto zoom, let's say you're just inspecting one object, and the equal command that we currently have in Navisworks is, I think, the focus command. So once you have clicked this one, and then you are clicking the within Verity, you click the item pipe number one, then it automatically zoom in. So it will ease you up with the other things that is surrounding the object. Then inspection mode, section box, and match the view frame. These are all self-explanatory. Once you click all of this is going to be helpful for us to see the actual situation of each items that we were going to inspect. Okay, so we a while ago we selected 7 pipes, and once it's being carried out by Verity, it is being shown here. You have items 7, and these are the pipes that you just bring inside Verity, and it has its own entity name. The properties are here. Then later on, you can see a lot of details here. Once we start, once we click this analyze over here. So this by clicking the first item, this is the first situation that we have. I'm not sure if it is visible from the trainees end, but we have this colored the magenta cylinder here. This is just the object or the design data yet, as it is being legend here. Later on, we're gonna be able to see the as-built one, and this is the situation here in Navisworks. Okay, so after seeing that, initially we can just click this analyze. Then let's see what will happen. So Verity is gonna be asking us. Let me just see. Okay, so this is just the same pop-up window to where Verity is asking us some details here. The default unit of Verity once you stored it is in inches, because this is uh, this is mostly used in United States. And hopefully, we can also share some good benefits of this with the projects that what can we have in Philippines. If the scan data is taken from indoor, we should be able to check this one. If the scanner is coming from mobile data, like a handheld one, there is some other scanner model to which you can use handheld scan data, or in some other situation there's a mobile data that is being installed at the pickup truck. We call it a mobile mapping system. It also runs a laser scanner within it, but it has a different configuration. It has a different function, and it has a different purpose. Um, if you were, this is just to share you about the MMS. Um, Maybe once in a while, during before this lockdown situation, you might be seeing a Google car, to which you can always see equipment on the top of the car. So that is uh, the nearest example I can use, because this is very common to us, very common to those to people who are living in the city. You can always see a Google car that does something, has an equipment on the top of the car. So currently they're just using the photogrammetry, but it is also called a mobile mapping system. So sometimes they can also use a laser scanner with the same approach. They will just install it on the top of the car, or maybe on the pickup truck. Then they can use the laser scan data to analyze the as-built of the road or as-built of the neighborhood, or to whichever they want to use it, because each point cloud data represents a position that is being can be can we can say it's a georeference. So the coordinates XYZ is there. So if your mobile mapping or mobile scanner is producing about more than 1,000 points per second, you can just imagine how much detail you are uh, getting from your laser scan data. Okay, so as I said, this is what I just explained. Then let's just move forward, clicking OK. Now the analysis starts. It might take a while. It might take a while. A while ago, during the introduction of the software, about you can still remember the Abu Dhabi Cleveland Clinic. Sorry, the other one that is project in United Kingdom, to where we have more than 10,000 items. If you guys still remember that, this is the waiting time, analysis time, to where for that specific project in United Kingdom, we're saying we took about 4 hours for the 10 more than 10,000 items. This is where it happens. So once you click this analyze here, you have to wait for a while. For this instance, we just took 7 items here, because this is just a part of the training for just getting to know the software, or getting along with the prospect user. Then basically you will know how it will look like as you go one by one, as per reported by Verity here. So as I said, on the introduction part, the 4 hours, comparing it to a manual inspection of things at site, it can take you more than 4 hours, maybe more than a day, or maybe a 1 month for those 10,000 items, because these are all being done digitally. So whatever you can grab from the 3D design model, uh, then compare it together with scan data, with your laser scan data, then it will just uh, being compared one by one. So I suggest, if you're about to include this to your workflow, for those who project managers who will be get interested to this kind of workflow, I think you should prepare one PC for this, because once you are working with this, if you want to work on with something else, you just have to leave this alone, because if you While it is analyzing the things you just get from your scan data and the design 3D design data, it must not be disturbed, or else your PC will bug down. That's the sad thing. It will bug down, especially if your PC is not that quite strong, and you're dealing with the scan data. As I said, it's a scan data alone. It could have a more than 40 GB file size. So just imagine how heavy is that. So it depends on how many scanner locations you have. All I can say is it's just a heavy application. You just have to spare one PC, one good PC, maybe i9, um, with a higher memory, highest memory you can have. But it can really can save you a lot of time doing all the inspection. As I introduce this software few minutes ago. Now let's just look. Let us look these 7 pipes summary report. Again, we have seen this one. This is the main thing we have to inspect within how many minutes is this? This is hours. This is minutes. This is seconds. This is milliseconds. So within 1 minute, the seven pipes being analyzed. There are about two items not found, color red, and this occluded one, as we explained a while ago. There's just one item, 14%, and there are about, this is 2 plus 1 3. There are 4 items being shown here. As part, this one is out of tolerance. We will see much detail of that later. This is just what I explained. Again, this is the situation, how they reporting, Verity reporting works. Knowing the operation of the software is one thing. Any kind of software, if you know how to run it, if you know how to operate it, that's a very good thing for you. But the other thing is the main principle, how it was being created, why it is being created. So why Verity is being created. So why Revit is being created? Okay, you're a professional user of Revit Autodesk Revit. You're a advanced user of AutoCAD. So basically, you have your you have a mastery level within you, but you must also understand why it is being used. For this specific software, Verity, as part of my introduction again, the main purpose why it is being acquired by project owners, by architects, engineers, it's not because they want to put more stringent in the cost controlling aspect. So just imagine, if you have, let's say, let us go back about the WBS, the work breakdown schedule, to where we can have, I think, more than 700 inspection dates. So within those inspection dates, how many times you can do your cost controlling aspect using scan data and Verity. So if you're gonna be more strict to your policy as a project manager, I think the contractor or subcontractor will be much more closely compliant to the design data. There are a lot of things that I can say initially undocumented. Let's say there's an instance happen one day in your project site. Testing of they call it file site. Then something happens that suddenly, when you do the testing, one of the pipe just blew up, explode. So how would you reconcile it before it was? Of course, accident is really never meant to be announced or be expected. It's an accident. So once you have a proper documentation, like for this example, we have this scan data, we have this design model. The investigation helps to prove what went wrong before the testing start. I hope you do get my point, but I'm just pointing out one situation to which this kind of approach, this kind of verification can be useful for your project, especially for the project managers who are listening right now. And okay, so going forward, this is how it looks like now as we finish the analysis. And then right now within Verity, we are seeing the scan data to which it's being presented. The cyan color is as designed. This is the design. This is the design model. This is your Verity. As this is your Navisworks. So, your Navisworks is just being limited up to this view. So because you check all of these things, once you uncheck this one, everything else will be appearing here. But as for the process of the inspection, you just have to be concentrated to each one of these items here. As we said, not found means and this specific item is reported to us as not found. Not found means the 3D design model is present. This is present, but there is no captured scan data. So because it's being placed above within out of tolerance, I think. So most likely that's why it's not applicable because most likely it's being way too far. To this is the installed pipe. This is the design data. So this is one situation to which the mechanical engineer has to see much further. Of course, you can before you do your decision. As you may see here, there's a reviewer. You can put your name here, and then there are some portions here that you can put your comment. If it is acceptable, you can tell the BIM manager to update the model to as-built. Then, okay. Just moving forward, again, this is the sample of out of tolerance to where we can see. I hope you guys can see this cyan color here, to which it represents the as-built position of the installed pipe. It's just a replica of this design model, but this one, as you can see, the installed pipe has much bigger size, and the location is being just way too far from the original as design data. So these are kind of situation. Hey, you need to think of maybe the size of this. I think is more than 200 millimeter diameter. Then I think if I were to see my first impression about this, my first concern that I will be asking some of my colleagues, is there any pipe that is needed to be installed within this location? Because the subcontractor just installed the pipe over here. So I just need to see, as I said in my uh, previous slide, the model is already 100% clash free. So your clash free, there is some tolerance within it, how far you can move the pipes. But if it is too tight, if it is your clash free model, that's very tight to as it can be, some installation movement. It this can be this is a problem for the site people, but there's always a way to resolve issues such as this one. For me, if I am the mechanical engineer, if there's no other pipe that is being affected by this installation, I will accept it. That's it. So I can avoid some fire between the two MEP contractors. Okay, the other one and says this is occluded. Again, let us see what's the definition of occluded. Occluded means the scan data is missing, but there is a 3D design model present. So what we're saying here, this is our design model. This is where should the pipe be installed, but the contractor installed it somewhere here. It's all because I think this is most likely if it is not I think this is a kind of vertical pipe. Maybe this is a riser. I think this is a riser because I'm trying to figure this thing out. We're looking on this side. So it's I think this is a vertical. I think this is coming on. This is the wall. This is the wall. As you can see, the wall is also not in the proper place. So that's why there's a reason why it is being installed here. So you have to you have to see it in a much more a lighter way because you need to this is just a screenshot of everything that is being reported back to you by Verity. As I said, if it is acceptable for you, right now we're just dealing about the pipes. There could be also a wall items, some structural steel items. There could be a lot. Whatever you have from your 3D design data can be properly monitored using this Verity together with your scan data. So each one of those can report back to you what is the situation at site. Then one by one, you have to deal with it. Okay, this is the okay how to navigate ins- and inspect items. Okay, I think this is a video. Okay, so we just finished about this upper part here. Then we just secondly we just click this analyze. The third thing is these camera settings to which basically the first part this is a quad view to which you can have your view four views within Verity. And if you click this one, this is the view model per captured scan data or the as-built. Cyan color is always being presented uh, as an as-built. The magenta one is design data, to where it says here, click the view model per design. Then this one is the click, so you can orbit around this item. So this is just more on your preferred way how to observe using Verity. Observe the items using the Verity. Now, one of the items that we just bring inside here, we're saying investigating missing item as supported by Verity. Missing item not found. Hmm. So Verity says initially this item is not found. But as you do your inspection, it's not really missing or it's just there. But the Verity is just catch it as not found. and checking the tolerance. The tolerance, this is the problem. This is the reason why it's not found, because I think this is way too far from the tolerance that we just set. This tolerance, once you change this, right now it's just a half an inch, or maybe this is just more than 1 centimeter. If you change this value, make it higher, then the value will also be changed here. Maybe this one is within tolerance, and this one will be changed into. Actually, you can just manually change this into installed if you want to. But basically, you just have to change the tolerance number here, make it higher so that the tolerance reading of the software will be more useful for you. So and so forth with other items here. And then this is to familiarize user how to control. I think this is a video, and it's not working again. Okay. So basically, what I'm trying to present here, whenever you orbit around for the beginner user of Navisworks, I think you have to press on Shift key, and then you can use your middle mouse button to orbit around here. So once you orbit your view here, this will also be updated because you have checked this match view. Or if you can do it otherwise, if you want to do it here, so the view within Navisworks will also be updated because of this thing. So you have to see how to arrive a decision on each one of items that you are inspecting. But basically, you can do it by updating here. If this one is, you just have to change the tolerance as I said a while ago, and then it will report back to you again if it is going to change from installed or from not found. Again, the other part of the user interface, we just finished about these different views. You can change, of course, from perspective into orthographic, then the point visualization, the point clouds. If this one is more helpful, for the different PCs or different computers that you're using. If the point cloud is very too small for you to see the things, you can adjust it. Then again, this is just more on just user preference. But here, whatever you are showing on this view, this is the one with which will what will appear on your report. So the reason why we want for this specific one, this one is what we call heat map, to which you have this legend here. The green color is 0. Although this one, the units can be changed into centimeters or millimeter by clicking these display units. So, but basically and visually, you can just tell once you receive the report and how far it is from. Is it from the design data, the as-built data and design data? You can just see the legend here by the color. So this is the heat map option. You can choose as design or as built or as design uncorrected. It depends on how would you want to generate the report. Uh, okay. Again, this tolerance here, although we already have a tolerance number here, whatever you just key in or type in here, if it is not yet the color that you want to see is not too good enough, maybe some other situation, maybe you'd be seeing just one color, maybe red. So if that thing happens, you just have to increase this number, then you will see a much better colorization. Okay. Okay, as design. Now let's scroll down to the last part of the uh, user interface, which is the QA tools. Basically, this is just to measure. You want, as an inspector, you want to see much more detailed. This will help you how to arrive to your decision. So basically, it will just these are just a tool measuring, and then these are all measurement actually. Then let us examine one by one. This tool is I think I just have to show it all. This is more on once you have the trial version, this to do try it. These are the description of each one of the feature um, that is also coming on the documentation part of the software. And then if so happens that you have done so many things and then you want to bring it back to original setup, you just have to click refit. It will just shift back to the original position. Then okay, so this is the okay. Right now we are here. Right now the table is just being shown a little bit small here. Then we just have to maximize it. Then maybe for some other projects you might have more than 7 items here. If you have that the project that we had a while ago with more than 10,000, you have a lot of items to inspect. So as I written here, these are the complete details. First, I have to check the if it is. Wait a minute. Reviewer. Okay. First, I have to change this to reviewed because one by one I came to deal with it, and then I have to put my name. This is my name, and then I have to put who needs to take action with. Maybe the for some other instance, a BIM manager, the subcontractor for HVAC. This is you can be more specific here because later on when once you generate the report, all of these names will appear. The notes will also be appearing. In Philippines, the way we receive the comment, we always come to see code A, code C, code B, where code A is approved, code B is approved as noted. Of course, you have to check that site, or you can put some other notes as needed. And of course, letter C is the check, issue, and non-compliance report. So this is just an idea on how would you write your notes here. And again, this will also appear on your report. Okay. Again, I just don't want to lose or gray out the idea. Why do we do this? Why are we doing Verity? Why are we extracting all those items that we came to inspect? Let's say we have 10,000 items to work with. Why do we have to do that thing? Also because you want to manage your cost expenses, and of course the time being exerted by your subcontractor or your general contractor if you are the architect of or engineer of the project. So you just want to take control of your expenses. That's the number one because you want to keep the cost management up and right. Then of course, so as I was saying, these details are almost done and ready to generate a report. Once all of the concerned items has been thoroughly checked and ready to be disseminated or shared to other parties, shareholders, or subcontractors, engineering professionals. architects, and more specifically, especially the owner. Verity has four ways to do the reporting. I just want to show this all because from the workflow, I already show all of these things. We will just focus on HTML format for now. And this is how to do things. Right now, this table here is most likely like Excel sheet. So when you want to select all this item, you just have to click the first row and then the last row. I think it's a shift key. Then it will you have to press your shift key, then click the last item. Then all of the items will be selected. So after doing such, there is a menu here that is called reports. It's over there. Then by clicking that reports, it will give you different types of report. If you want it in CSV format, to which it will just report back to you the CSV points. Smart uh, smart points. Once you select this one, let's say you are just inspecting uh, one pipe, and then you want to tell the BIM manager to update this to your model. Then smart points will help you out because it will just give the specific pipe location together with the scan data surrounding it. So the BIM manager can easily see the situation, then can easily use that smart points in inside Revit, then he can easily update the model. So the OBJ file, this is the as-built model. But what we're dealing right now is this is HTML format, to which we could have a summary, the one that we have seen with the pie chart or the table or table plus items or just items. But for this exercise, for this training, we just have to choose this table plus items. This is the substantial part, I can say, because you are about to release a report based on your inspection activity. Let's say you have done, you just finished that 10,000 items within a day, or maybe within a day or two. Then you will come up to this creating the report. Then of course the software will prompt you where you want to save it. And then once you have saved those files for this HTML uh, format, this is how it looks like. Then once you click this link over here, it will open another HTML file that is being saved within one folder that you just set before you reach this one. Now this is the reporting part, to which you can either print it or email it or put it on your slides and then bring it up to your coordination meeting. It depends on how would you raise the issue. If it is too critical and somebody has to show an idea how to resolve things, I think it's better to put it on your slide presentation. Then what we're saying here, the report date. This is the report date. The case here, this is not found. The tolerance that we use is half an inch. Action required. I just put a name here. Then the notes. Oh, I put a code here. Code A. I just said it's approved. But as I said, if it is too critical and needs some discussion with other teams, you can just have it on your slide presentation. This is just the we're just talking about the built-in report format of Verity. A while ago, again, I also shared that you can also use BIM 360 and some other available cloud service that you have account with. You can always upload these issues. It doesn't matter how many you have, you just have to give time to upload it. Then everybody else can be notified to their email, to their mobile phones, or it depends on how would you set up the information dissemination. Right now we're just on the basic part, to which the Verity built-in report format serves the basic principles of the issue tracking uh, software. Okay. Of course, this is just a one situation to which we have four different views: top views, perspective view, side view, and another side view. And if you want to see the rest of the other reported items, you just have to click this one. This is very user friendly because these are all being done in the HTML. It's just like browsing your website. If you want to go back to your item table, then you just have to click that middle button here. Then, okay. So this is what I just explained. After seeing the report in HTML format, the HTML report and its referring folder should be sent to the party who needs to take action through email. So this is where BIM 360 comes in, because BIM 360. I think this is. I'm not sure if there are some webinars within our group. Is currently being discussing about the same purpose, the same feature that we have in the report. Let's just assume that there is BIM 360 will ease out all the information dissemination for the engineers, all of the project members. So basically, if let's say again, going back to the basic, this is the basic one. You have to send this all file to your email. Just go back. These two files, because it's all in HTML file format. So once this folder contains the other HTML format, which is the per items report. So when you open the home page, this is the home page. Then some links is being scripted here. Then it will refer back to this folder. So these one folder here, this one file here should be sent all together. So again, I want to get back to the reason why do we have to do the BIM as construction verification tool. It is very important for us to understand. For the BIM manager standpoint, this will help us out to properly monitor what is being done at site. If you have something to say, let's say, although I'm not sure, it depends on different every project. If the BIM manager has something to say or can give a decision or can give a direction, this kind of collaboration with the site team can help them out to fully understand what you have on your model. So basically, the question on how to execute the clash-free modeling at site, this is how the way to do it. Verity can take part of it. This is not a full solution. There is also a anchoring equipment that is still needed. Telco station, the laser scanner, and the one that we just presented a while ago, that is LN100. Um, there's a lot of things that has to be can be considered to complete the workflow. This is just one part of it, but this takes a much more substantial part of it because it has a reporting uh, option to which you can highlight the issues and discuss it to your colleagues, to the stakeholders that major decision that has to be that has to be decided together, so that everybody will have clean hands at the end of the project. Then so far, I think that will be all from my end. If you do have some question, please let me know. I'll just have to switch back to my. I'm turning it back to Miss Nelsie. I just want to see the comments. Okay, Dar again. Hi, Dar. I can see your comment here. I always want to start at the bottom part. Can I modify the report appearance template? Currently, it's not yet available. This is the question I also asked the developer. I want to put my own logo in the report. From the screenshot, you can do it. Um, just have to, if your format of the screenshot, let's say, of your report, let's say you're using Microsoft Word, then you just have to do the screenshot, then just insert it. That's the fastest way I can think of. But somebody is already working with because one guy from Obayashi, Singapore, one engineer, also asked the same question because they want to put their logo on their reporting format. That is being handled already. It will be available soon. Then can the Navisworks Verity Workflow be applied to? Yes, it is. As long as your design data has a separate entity. The problem I do know about Civil 3D. Civil 3D and Revit model as two different things. So basically, I am just right now. I have to tell it as my in opinion way. This is my personal opinion, not to uh, directly represent the software capability. I do believe, let's say the infrastructure project, let's say it's a bridge or roadworks, as long as the design model can be grouped into one entity, let's say curb or sidewalk or the asphalt road or the concrete road, as long as it can be grouped the way Revit does, I think it can work. Because as you can see, the how does the comparison of two this scan data and the 3D object works inside Revit, Verity. So basically, Navisworks, as we all know, it has a clash detection between two objects. But for this Verity, it's comparing the the 3D model to the as-built scan data. So basically, there must be a two thing. One is a 3D model, one is scan data. Then, okay. Ma'am, anong po kaya level or pwede bang beginner? Okay, kay Ma'am Nelsie na to. How much po cost ng, okay, sorry. So far, yun lang naman ang medyo kaya kong sagutin. Dalawa lang from Francis and Dar. Thanks for your questions. Then, of course, you can always reach me and PM me if you have some more questions later on. I really do love to provide the trial versions, guys. Please, I'm not sure where you can send the request. I just need the full list of the names. how many are you who needs it? Because I need to request it from the developer, software developer themselves. I need to tell them how many users wants to try it with their PC. This is a Verity software. The other software that we just came to discuss last week, um, which is a dongle base. I also need to know who wants to try it on the edgewise, because dongle is always comes like this is my dongle. I just want to show it now in this is my dongle. So this is the one I need to send it out to the user for you to try it on your PC together with the scan data or the data sets that uh, comes along with it. So can this work? Can I mod? Okay, wala na. Okay. So I just want to add more about infrastructure. Uh, we want to try it on. I think you should. I should give for. I will give you one trial version of Verity, Francis. Then I think you can try it on your PC. As long as I said, you have this your 3D design model. Then you must also have a scan data. If you have a friend that has a scanner, or maybe I can recommend some workflow um, that might work for your situation. Um, I think you just have to send me a PM. I will reply back to you. Because aside from the scanner, I was thinking about of photogrammetry. Photogrammetry. You can produce point cloud data, though it's a bit less accurate from your mobile phone. From your mobile phone, there is a way. I just want to discuss it not on this group because it's not Autodesk. Um, just send me a PM. All right. So what else? Let me just check the top part. All right, guys. I think that will be all from my end. If there's any some announcement from Nelson, please to let us know. I've heard that this is also they can also provide a CPD for this, and I think Nelsie is out of the room. I think I have to close this session myself. If there's any other questions that you might have, um, I think I can share one more thing. Just one more thing. I still have 8 minutes. Let me just share this slide for you to understand fully how can. Somebody was talking about the earthquake resiliency for BIM. Verity can also, I think, it has something to do with Verity as well. Let me just, where is that thing? I need, uh-huh, it's not here. It's on our server. Sorry guys. I was kind of thinking um, about I think I should set another training for that. I was thinking about BIM as a earthquake resiliency solution. Your BIM model, your BIM model. can be used to analyze the movement of the building. How far are you moving from the original position? So before you can reach to the you are inching closer to your neighboring structure. I have a separate slide for that, but unfortunately, right now most of us are working at home, and I do save it on our server. Sorry for that. I think I should rather prepare a separate title for that, separate session for that. I think that will be all from my end. Guys, since Nelsie is not yet around, because I do admire their effort by doing this, because since this weekend, I'm always seeing some invitation that there's a live webinar every night, every afternoon, and even today, and they started I think 4 p.m. Then it's really quite uh, heavy thing to do. I think she's really out. Thank you, sir. Shoutout sa lahat. Gusto ko sanang basahin lahat eh, mga pangalan nyo dito. Sana one day, this effort, by the way, we will be gonna be having a TopCon Autodesk Roadshow coming this August. So as long as the pandemic issue is not issue anymore, we will be there. Um, our initial plan to have this in Shangri-La BGC, to where hopefully pag wala na talaga si COVID, um, we will do some face-to-face meeting. And then you will also have a chance to play along with the laser scanners. That's the best part of it. And then also there's a uh, drone equipment that is installed with the camera that you can use within your infrastructure project. Then the data that you can get from there, um, you can use it for your data management, and of course, if you want to use it for your uh, design analysis. Let's say there's an existing bridge you want to inspect. If there's so many cracks underneath, you can use a drone. Those kind of things. We will have that on this coming August. Hopefully, sana wala na nga si COVID. Kasi gusto ko na rin makauwi. Alright guys, I think I'm already done. I just have to say goodbye. Thank you very much. I have to leave this. Okay. Bye bye. Yoroshiko onegaishimasu. Well, about Japan, I just saw this last part. Just to share with you guys, more and more often, Japan is coming uh, open to the other uh, labor group. It's all because they have some issues about the aging population. Aging population means by some point of the time, there will be a lot of number of retirees here. So retiring age here is 60. So pag nagsabay-sabay sila mag-retire, Um, and the younger generation is not cannot level up with some mastery or some expertise that those retiring persons is having. Doon na sila naghahanap ng mga foreigners. There's a way if you want to come here in Japan. Although you have to be trained to talk in Nihongo, to talk in Japanese, because most of the conversations here is very limited. Japanese, there's only a limited persons here that can speak straight English. But if you're gonna be working at site, most of the guys cannot really speak in English. But you do appreciate how Japanese works. Ang ganda ng ano nila, ng engineering design nila. Wala silang ano rito. Sa Pilipinas, we can do separate design, separate construction. Sa Japan, design and build sila. So, kung ano yung naging requirement ni client, ang designer, si contractor din. So, yung process of submission ng sub drawing for approval, yung material submission for approval, medyo nag-gray out siya dito. Hindi siya ganun ka astringent. Pero ang mga Hapon naman kasi napaka-honest nila. The first thing na ma-advise mo sa kanila, yung mga government official dito. Hindi ako nakakaintindi ng Japanese. But every time, one time na nakapanood ako ng news nila, there is I know government official siya. Ang tagal ng baw niya. Nagbaw siya ng matagal sa public. Tapos pagtayo niya, yung luha niya talagang ganun ka grabe yung kanyang pagsasorry. So, ginawa niya yon in front of public, sa sobrang kahiya niya siguro or something na meron siyang may nabisto na kabulustugan. Ganun sila ganun ang culture nila, ang mga Japanese. Kaya ng Revit, training ka pa rin nila ng Nihongo kasi ang gagamitin mong user interface is Japanese. Although you can just recognize the icons. Yung mga ibang dito, mga kasama ko na assigned out sa Japan, most likely. So that's what happened. Pero slowly, inaaral ko rin siya kasi I have to I have to develop my skills of understanding din kasi baka meron siya ng hindi ma-explain sa English. Alright, I think since Nelsie is not coming back, I have to hang up now because my time is already up. Thank you again. Thank you very much, guys. I hope to see you in August, and maybe just send me a PM. More than willing to answer some questions and be friends. Maganda yung maraming connections and kaibigan. Thank you guys for your time. Bye-bye. Sayonara. Ohayo gozaimasu. Oh, this morning. Konbanwa na pala din sa amin. Konbanwa. Bye-bye. Yes, hello. Akala ko wala kami. Ano? Okay. Ako nga pero kanina nag-continue lang ako mag-storytelling. Yep. Yep. We will be coordinating with you guys. Thanks for your kind assistance.